Hey guys, welcome back to Papa Prepper. T here. This is the third time that I've tried to make this video because I keep getting off on a tangent. And I don't want y'all to sit here and listen to me rambling just because I'm sick of the world. I'm so sick of this country. Y'all, if you don't, thank God. Thank God for your family. Thank God for being awake, alive right now to watch this video. Because, man, it's just, everything is getting so bad. It's just crazy. I guess y'all have already heard, a little over an hour ago or so, Trump signed the $600. I just don't get it. If he's going to do that, why didn't he just do it Tuesday? All that done was delayed another week to get money in people's hands that could possibly need it. Which, granted, $600 a person, that ain't nothing. That's $1,200 if you're just you and your wife. That don't even cover our monthly bills. And like I said last night, we've been fortunate enough, we've lost 2 weeks of work through this whole, 10 months of this? 9.5 months. We've lost 2 weeks of work because of it. So we've been fortunate, Nothing's in foreclosure. All the bills are, current. Everything's paid. But that's not the case for a lot of folks. And $600 a person ain't going to do it, son. Sorry, John, if you see this. I got that bad habit, too. I say son or brother a lot. I could be talking to a room full of women, and I usually say dude. So, anyway, that's just not going to cut it. I mean, people have lost everything. Everything. So just your typical household, 2 married people. And say you do have a kid. Okay, there's $1,800. Is that going to get your house out of foreclosure? Is that going to buy their new car? Because they already lost one because they couldn't pay for it. Because you idiots have to keep everything locked down when obviously it's not doing a bit of good. I know COVID's real. Okay, I get it. But, like President Trump said months ago, the cure can't be worse than the disease itself. And that's exactly what's happened. Y'all have kept everything locked down and, shut down, and people ain't got a chance. There is no chance and no amount of money. Well, I mean, nothing that y'all are going to give anybody that's going to help. Supposedly they are going to meet tomorrow and vote on increasing it to $2,000. That ain't going to happen. Almost every Republican there is in office has already gave up on Trump. They're to the point now that they don't want to be the outcast, or they don't want to be the one that's going to have it rough when old Sleepy Joe is sworn into office. They're to the point now they're looking out for their own. They're looking out for their own families. Back when it first happened and everybody knows that everything was rigged and everything was cheated and stolen, and then they look like heroes. Like, yes, let's fight for the president. Well, now it's been so long that what they're looking at now is to just lose their job. Point blank, period. When old Sniffy gets in the office, he's going to cut him loose, and they know that. So now they're just going to try to rub his belly and get back on the good side of things. And God bless President Trump. That man has done everything he possibly can to stay, to do the right thing. And now he's wanting $2,000 for us apiece, when that's what the Democrats have wanted all along, just so they could slide their hidden agendas in there. So now that he's on board, the Democrats are backing him, and the Republicans are like, no, we can't do that. And to an extent, they're right. You can't just keep printing money and throwing it out there. All that does is takes the value of the dollar down. I mean, ultimately, that's what That's why they're pushing to do it. And a lot of people know that, but a lot of people also know for the time being, they're drowning. Their head is bobbing underwater. Everybody's sinking. And they know it. And it just burns me up. Because America was once the greatest place in the world to live. The land of opportunity, the American dream. And like I said before, now the American dream is surviving. Like I said, they're supposed to vote tomorrow to give us more money. But, it ain't going to happen. And like I said, God bless President Trump. He's exhausted every possibility, to keep us in best interest. And they don't care. I've said it from the day one. Donald Trump is the greatest president that I've ever been alive through. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's a humanitarian, and he's a businessman. Together, I think that has made one hell of a president, and you'll never convince me otherwise. He's a person. He's a real person. He's not some stiff in a suit that, basically is just worried about himself and, his own personal public appearance. And, Trump, he has fun with stuff. He cuts up and, his rallies and his campaign part, they're parties. They're make America great again. Keep America great. And that, I really feel that's a thing of the past. There is no American dream anymore. I don't mean to be all gloom and doom and, everybody here's asleep, so I had to talk to somebody. And they get tired of hearing it from me here. My daughter's always, why are you so negative about everything? Because there's really no positive left. We wake up every day. That's a pretty good dose of positivity. But as far as the future looks, I don't see it being very positive. But, and then this Tennessee thing. Wow. I think, well, I won't even get into my tinfoil hat theories on that, but, and it could have been this guy just went off the deep end. It could be. He's scared of 5G, terrified, and I get it. He should be. We all should be, especially anybody, if there's any truth to it, okay, and Bill Gates just dumping all this money into this vaccine, okay. It's been a theory that this vaccine contains nanotechnology that you wouldn't even know is being shot into your arm. What controls that nanotechnology? 5G. Maybe this guy did finally crack. Maybe he thought he was doing the world a favor. And something I seen completely pissed me off. Sorry for the language. But the picture they put on this guy on the, mainstream media, of course he's wearing a Trump hat that says, make liberals cry again. Are you kidding me? You went into the man's home. You searched his whole property. That's the only picture you found suitable to put on TV or online? Really? He was wearing a Trump hat? There ain't no reason for that besides the obvious. To make it look like he was some radical, domestic terrorist. That's exactly what that comes down to. That burned me up when I saw that. It's like, I'm sure he had another photo pretty easy to get to. It's not like, anyway, that's neither here nor there, but, hey, here's a chance to throw the blame over there even more. Because you telling me just because he was, okay, that kind of plays against itself. They didn't think that through. Because those Dominion voting machines were in that AT&T building. Okay? if a die-hard Trump supporter that wants to make liberals cry again wouldn't have blown up those Dominion voting machines. Okay? But I think that was the target, was those voting machines, not AT&T so much. I mean, well, you know what I mean. So if he was such a diehard, he would have waited. Cracked or not, he would have waited until those Dominion machines were either thoroughly investigated or shipped out somewhere else before he would have done that. So what I'm getting at is, yes, I think it was an inside job. I believe the Democrats were responsible, maybe not directly, but I think some of their group participants were. I think 2 people drove that RV up and parked it. One of them left, is what I think. Maybe. Like I said, this happened Friday morning. Here it is Sunday. And they've already got the DNA. They found this guy, and blah, 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 blah. Not even 2 full days. I don't think so, but no. That just seems way too far-fetched for me. But it is what it is. I mean, it happened. And if it was a test, like a lot of people firmly believe it was, to see what the response time was, because I don't think there was meant to be any casualties, or I don't even think they was looking for injuries. The 3 people that got injured, I think that was a fluke. I really don't think they wanted anybody hurt. So that makes me think maybe it was this guy. He just wanted to maybe go out in a blaze of glory, doing the world a favor, he thought, okay? Maybe he did act alone. But at the same time, it's just a hell of a coincidence that those Dominion machines were there. And he was obviously a Trump supporter. But why did he blow up the evidence? Unless maybe he just didn't know. Maybe he didn't know they were there. I mean, and that's just my theories. It's neither here nor there. I'm by no means, an explosion expert or, anything like that. And that's something else. They found the serial numbers to that RV at the scene. Really? Have you guys seen the size of that explosion? And most of you know. But that serial number, your VIN number, is located up in the corner of your windshield. Everybody's got one. Okay? Now, with the size of that explosion, you mean to tell me that little bitty piece of metal that don't probably weigh an ounce was right there? Right there in the vicinity where it blew up at? I personally, now that again, just me personally, that thing could have flew 4 blocks away. But they found it right there. See, there's so many things that point to, that it wasn't just this guy. But there's a lot of things that make you think it was just this guy. Who knows? I mean, if it was an inside job, and, I believe it was a test. I believe they wanted to see exactly how much they could take out with what. And it would have been like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's get rid of Dominion voting machines, and let's see how much of a grid down situation we can cause. Which now, okay, everybody still had electricity and such. Well, like not right there, but but the internet, phone service, everything up into central Kentucky was wiped out. I don't even know if it's back up yet. I mean, AT&T said that if they couldn't get it fixed by midday today, they were going to deploy internet or like portable internet stations, basically, to continue service. But if it was a plan and it was a test, and if they wanted to place 7 or 8 of these across the United States and detonate them simultaneously, that's communication down for probably at least 2/3 of the United States. What 2/3 would that probably be? About where that first one was, all the way over to the West Coast. That's my guess. Because everybody from there east you know, except for like Ohio, you know, Indiana, where I'm at, you know, that's Republican. But anything past that, they don't care. That's all Democrat. That's brainwash USA over there. And they know that. But from Tennessee west, aside from a few places that were turned over, in California, which there's a very big Republican Party in California. I mean, they're there. But anyway, 6 or 7 of those from Tennessee to California all at once, that's this side of the country. No communication. I mean, without communication, you have nothing. So if you watch this and you're sitting at home and your lights go out, okay, crap, you know, power outage, whatever, check your phone, check your TV service, check your computer if you can. You know, anything that has a cell phone signal, internet service, if all of that's down, you best be packing in and getting ready, or packing out wherever you're going, because I think it's about to get real. Like I said, if that was indeed a test, just to see how much they could take out, and maybe they used that guy, you know, because that guy was very knowledgeable, very smart man. He knew the ins and outs. He knew security. He knew everything, supposedly. And they could make him look that way if they wanted to. He could have been dumb as a bag of hammers, but if they wanted him to look like a genius, they could have fabricated everything. But either way, you know, it could easily go either way. Here I am starting to ramble again. A lot of y'all probably consider this whole video a ramble, but I just felt like talking. So I guess it all leads back to prepping. Being ready. I think a lot of folks are saying now, you know, if anything happens, it's going to be up in February, you know. I don't think they're going to be that long. I think between January 6th and January 20th, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen big. It might, you know, going back to the AT&T thing. If that was a test, and that's how they started, you know, just a massive communication down type of scenario, it's going to get a lot worse real quick. Because with communication down, they could move in before you even know it. They could be on their way. And that happened. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. God knows, I don't want it to happen. You know, I've got loved ones that are in bad health. They're not ready for this. You know, I hope to God, I pray that this don't happen. You know, and if you do want it to happen, you're sick. You know, if you're looking for a reason to load up the rifles and, you know, just go out on a rampage, you're sick. I don't think anybody that I'm affiliated with is like that whatsoever. I do know there's a lot of us that aren't going to back down. You know, if you bring it to my front door, I'm going to lose, but I'll go down fighting. But am I waiting just to load the guns? And no. I mean, I'm waiting. You know, I'm right along with everybody else. I'm waiting for it to happen, but I'm not, you know, craving it to happen. But a lot of people, not so much are craving, you know, have the want to go out and just, you know, take out their aggression. But there's a lot of people that's tired of being walked on. We are Americans. This is our country. You know, places like China and Japan and, you know, all these other places, they don't know any better. It's been that way in their country for generations. America has never been this way. Why now? I don't understand why people can't just be happy with having one of the greatest nations in the world. You know, I was showing last night that in just 4 years, actually, I think I still got it laying here. Maybe not. I probably threw it away. It was about China, so I probably got rid of it. Anyway, in just 4 years, China is going to surpass us in economic growth. Isn't it funny that China, where all this came from, has had the best economic year they've ever had, and we've had the worst? That's not just coincidence. Everything's being played out. It's coming, guys. We're going to have to make a stand. Fight or flight. I mean, we're going to stay home as long as we can. And if you're in the big city, any town with any kind of size to it, if at all possible, relocate. You know, I'm not saying you got to go buy a new house somewhere, but, you know, come up with something. You know, there's a lot of us Americans that we just want to be left alone. You know? I mean, I don't want to sound like, you know, stop picking on me, but we just want to be left alone. Let us live our lives the way we've lived it for hundreds of years. It's went fine. Everything's gone great. Why mess it up? I just don't get it. What is so bad about this place? It's just my personal thoughts. Like I said, I know I'm rambling. I just felt like talking. Not much of a prepper channel, is it? I haven't said a damn thing hardly about prepping. Excuse me. But just some stuff I had on my mind. Like I said, I probably shouldn't do videos when I'm irritated, but if I didn't get irritated, I wouldn't be human, right? I just feel for so many people. But anyway, I guess that's about all I had on my mind. I'd love to see your guys' comments. Maybe. No. Criticism, agreeance, whatever. I welcome it all. It's all good. I can handle it. If you don't mind, hit the like or dislike. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you're feeling. I get it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If it's the first time you're seeing me, don't judge me by this video. I just want to talk for a bit. But, like, share, whatever. I'd really appreciate it. It helps get the word out. Helps me out a lot. For those of you who don't know, I'm trying to get, enough subscribers and watch time to get monetized, because I would love to start doing some charity work. There's a lot of places around here I would love to be able to, donate some money to. My big soft spot is animals. We've got a huge animal rescue up the highway here, and they do a lot of good things. But anyway, until next time, God bless each and every one of y'all. Stay safe. Keep your keep your prepper game strong, and just stack it till you can't stack no more. Popper Prepper out.